Risk number 4 is Europe under siege. Both inside and outside, 2026 is just a horribly difficult and stressful year for Europe. Inside Europe, you have the 3 largest economies, Germany, France, and outside the EU, the United Kingdom, all with governments where the center is not holding. In France, Macron, who can't keep a government together, increasingly looking like the replacement to Macron is likely to come from the far right, much more popular than they have been. In Germany, big elections coming up in states showing that the far right, the AfD, is increasingly outperforming. So too the far left, Der Linke, and that sets the stage for a German government that will eventually need to welcome in one of those unacceptable political parties to govern with them. And in the United Kingdom, Labour imploding, the Conservative Party a shell of what it used to be, and instead it's Reform under Nigel Farage that has all of the momentum. These Eurosceptic forces, these more populist, more nationalist, more decentralized forces coming into place at a time when the United States actively supports them. When the US National Security Strategy document says that Europe is facing generational challenges, civilizational challenges, and that the United States should be betting not on a strong EU, but on a decentralized Europe where they can work with individual countries. The Russians, of course, also engaged in fighting in Ukraine, which is costing the Europeans an awful lot. They're paying the bills for the Ukrainians, and they're in an increasingly challenging growth position, productivity position, not to mention indebtedness position, to be able to service that support. All at a time when the Europeans don't have the big tech companies, they're not moving fast enough on competitiveness, and they're way behind the Americans on defense. They recognize these challenges. They are taking them seriously. They're even working with some urgency. But do they have the capacity to get there fast enough? Not even close. And so in 2026, Europe under siege becomes a very significant and increasingly vulnerable underperformer on the global stage.